Now you might pray to God, y'all, but I like Lucifer best of all. Don't keep changing, Sunday school is a place for fools. It's hot in hell, but the devil's cool. Don't keep changing, So don't just sit there, join the club. Sell your soul to Beelzebub.
Welcome everybody. Once back to Stay Extreme, Count Jackula. What is up? The world is on fire and I hate it.
Happy Canada Day.
Man, yeah. Fucking Canada. Looking really good again. Just about now. I'm
scared.
I'm terrified. You know, I'm terrified. That SCOTUS decision was
not good.
I know, it was not good. I was like, I don't know how they're going to go on this. But, like, surely they're not just going to grant sweeping immunity. That would be disastrous for them as well. Oh. They really think it just hit me. I was like, oh, you're really confident in this, like, we're going to just take over the government thing.
Okay.
Wow.
And here's the sad game that me and my dad played yesterday, which was doing Donald Trump saying positive things about the Nazi Party.
Yeah.
And the fact that it really sounded like shit this man could say. We stopped playing the game pretty quick because we're like, actually, this is just getting fucking depressing because.
Well, we know.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, like we know. Like we know where this is all headed. And it's
terrifying.
It's now vote or die for real. You know, like this just changed everything. Cause I was like, well, they don't really need that guy, do they? And but apparently they do. And no. The SCOTUS decision about presidential immunity today. I don't know how else to say it. If Trump does get elected, America is instantly over. We're doomed. Over. Yeah, we are super doomed. You know, like that's going to be one of those, well, guess I'll get to find out what I would have done in Nazi Germany for real. Really wasn't looking forward to that.
Vive la resistance.
Dude, I swear to God. You know, like
And my brother's laughing at me because his boyfriend's in Canada. And I'm like, haha, motherfucker. Yeah, get that fucking pink card, whatever.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Well, fine, do what you gotta do. But, like, you know, fuck. Don't be an asshole to me about it.
It's like, haha. Happy Canada Day, dude. Fuck off.
Yeah. You know, like.
I'm so glad you have an escape route, fucker.
There's a part of me that's like, Jesus Christ, I don't know. Am I too old for this? You know, I'm pushing 50. Like, am I gonna be able to weather this? You know, like I'm fucking terrified.
I just got a Prozac, prescription. I might be okay for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. No, don't pay attention to the debates. It'll just, no.
Me and my dad watched the debate together. And the way we were just at both sides, just going, we're the only people happy right now.
I ain't up for that. I ain't up for that tonight.
The only people that were happy were paleontologists because you get your pick a dinosaur.
Yeah, I got no time for Biden hate right now because the stakes just went up so fucking high. It doesn't matter. You know,
I will
like,
literally
and I
put Pet Rock on the
cannot,
stand. I will vote for that.
I cannot even fucking. It distresses me how much this is fucking reminding me of the German elections before Hitler took power.
Yeah.
It's not good. And
if it walks like a Nazi,
yeah,
and it talks like a Nazi, and is taking pointers out of Hitler's playbook.
Yeah. Would he I don't know. He might. Yeah, he might try to nuke California. I mean, that would be. I wouldn't put it past him at this point because it comes down to this, which is no move is too stupid. Like, if they nuked California, America immediately collapses. Like, the next day.
Your entertainment industry's gone. Your
entertainment industry's gone.
Bye-bye Silicon Valley.
Bye-bye Silicon Valley. Bye-bye food. Bye-bye fucking food. Because most of your food is grown in California if you live in America. You know, goodbye everything. It's just, America's just done. They're not gonna fucking, no, they want everything to look like Kentucky or Mississippi or West Virginia, despite the fact that nobody wants that except for the people that represent those states.
But since we mentioned nuking Los Angeles, I do kind of want to see Escape from LA in real life. And that's just me. That's just a personal preference.
Well,
I want hang gliders and rocking leather trousers. I want that for myself.
I just bought fucking. I just buy leather pants. I just get leather pants. Yeah. Really gonna cause the Fallout games in real time, huh? He might.
Every day that goes by and it hasn't happened, I'm shocked.
Well, I don't.
I've been ready for threads for a while, guys. Like, I don't know how to say it any other way.
Yeah, I'm just
1984, anyone?
I hope I'm either way, 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 way far away from the blast or in that instant vaporization zone. You know, failing that. Ooh, man. It's that point in the movie where he's got to sit in a chair. I'm kind of lost. Like, my brain ain't firing up right. 1984. Oh, yeah, 1984 if we're lucky. You know, like, that's what's pissing me off. Like, that'd be like, well, I mean, there'd still be a country. Oh, Escape from LA. Oh, right. Quick, Snake Plissken, you got to shoot a perfect game of hoops. Quick, there's a lawn chair here and the debris and nothing Snake Plissken's got to sit down in. Oh, my God. Quick, got to surf a tidal wave.
Oh, I know. In any apocalyptic situation, I will try to get control of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and just wear everybody's outfits. That's what I want for.
I keep wondering, maybe I'll get to find out what I'll be like as a warlord.
She's the Duchess of Cleveland, apparently? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Bet your ass I made number
The
one.
Duchess of Cleveland. You are the Duchess of Cleveland. You are the number one. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm like, man, fuck.
Here's something that's a little less depressing. I got into an argument today because I said that Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if you look at it properly, it's actually a home invasion film.
It is, actually.
And someone tried to argue this with me, and I'm like, these weird hippies keep walking into this man's house, and he's got to dispatch them. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Not saying, we're not saying Leatherface ain't chopping people up with a chainsaw. Just saying,
Just saying.
If he was Macaulay Culkin, this would be a very different
Texas,
story.
And he got rights.
Oh my God.
I'm like, how the fuck can you argue this with me? I was watching 101 Scariest Movie Moments of All Time. A lot of lists pissed me off, but it's fine. But number one was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then I went and, was talking to my friend about it. And they're like, oh, I never really liked that one. And I'm like, what? It's the best home invasion film of all time. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. No, it's just good. I always hate those lists because
oh God.
Yeah, those lists are made by pussies, and I hate it. It's like whenever I try to have
it's Shudder official, but it was like I feel like I wasted so many hours watching this and just disagreeing with most of the list. That should have been higher. That should have been lower. What the fuck are we even talking about this one for? Yeah. Exorcist 3 made it on the list. All right.
It's a woman on the wall, isn't it?
It's coming out of the room and snapping the neck.
Oh. I thought her crawling up the wall was way creepier than that bit.
That whole movie scares the shit out of me, especially, working in a hospital, but
I can see that. But what's the scariest moment? I don't know. Which one did you shit your pants watching? Because that's way too subjective.
Yeah.
When people, and I hate those lists where it's like, hey, these are the most disturbing movies of all time. And I'm like, no, you don't know shit.
You don't laugh when you watch Eraserhead? What the fuck?
Yeah, why is Eraserhead even here? That's no, it's not that disturbing. Not compared to some other shit I've watched. I could easily
turn into Eddie Izzard as a priest listening to Original Sins. Heard it.
Yeah.
I'm just getting bored. Oh, really? You really think Hellraiser's disturbing? Okay, next. Have you ever heard Harlan Ellison say that he's gonna hammer your pet's head to a table if you call him a science fiction writer? No, then get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea. Terrifying. It's one of those questions a lot of people ask, but is so pointless.
Cat Hermit says, Bravo, scariest movies. Yeah, that's how I got introduced to a lot of horror movies. What this whole list actually did was fuck, I gotta watch A Tale of Two Sisters again. It's been a while.
That's a pretty good one.
Man, it's been a minute. I haven't seen Suspiria in a minute. Better watch Suspiria.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was the hobbling scene a mystery even there?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, that's good. All right.
In the 30s.
I'd probably put it a little higher, but But then again, I thought I thought the whole Zelda sequence in fucking Pet Sematary was pretty
Pet Sematary
insane.
was not on that fucking list.
Really?
And Zelda's even more terrifying to me because my name is Rachel.
Rachel! Yeah.
Yeah. And I walked in on my friend's parents watching it when I was 7. And so there's just a weird woman on the TV saying my fucking name and looking at the camera. And I'm like, fucking kill me.
One thing I like about that original movie is it's a freaky film. It's a freaky film. When you get down to it, you're like, actually, this is fairly ridiculous.
I'm just pissed off that the pandemic was happening when my son was the perfect age to dress him up as Gage.
Gage?
And
No
yeah,
fear. No fear.
God damn it.
Yeah.
But now he's the perfect age to be Andy.
Yes.
Andy Barkley. So that's kind of perfect.
Oh, man. I actually don't know what the scariest scene I've ever seen is. I've seen so many at this point. It's like probably one of the more recent ones I watched because I've seen all the others 1,000 times. So I don't know anymore.
Well, and it's like trying to what was a good got me to jump moment. It's been a minute. But it did cause my dad to go, "What is your favorite horror movie?" And I'm like, "You already know this answer. Maniac. It'll always be Maniac." Doubled up with John Carpenter's The Thing at number 2.
Yep.
I say wearing a Halloween shirt with the ghost face backpack. I mean, I'm all over the place.
You get to a certain point. You get to a certain point when you watch a lot of horror movies that you're like, you stop thinking that way.
Yeah.
And you start looking for like other things.
What was on the 100 scariest list that I did not agree with? They had Twin Peaks: The Return, which I'm like, that shouldn't count. That's not a movie. That's
first of all, it's not a movie. Second of all, what? There's nothing in that show that's particularly scary. It's weird.
Twin Peaks: The Return, and it's the "Gotta Light" in the nuclear explosion episode. And it's like, okay, how is that like... Y'all are entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to think it's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. The funny thing is, when I think about like things that are really terrifying, I'm like, yeah, no, Threads is actually pretty high on the list.
No. It ended up starting a couple like conversations with my dad where it's like, I think Cujo was the first time watching a movie where I'm like, I don't think Stephen King's afraid to hurt a kid. And then like watching the rest of the Stephen King like film, so it's like, oh, he is definitely no. Reading his books, watching his movies, it's like, no. He is totally fine killing off kids.
It's gonna happen. Don't yeah. No. He understood the first maniac that the reader needs to be afraid of is him.
Mamie Dolchak, The Locks was The Strangers. See, and that movie was ruined to me with the line being in the trailer, "because you were home." If they would have saved that for the fucking movie, I would have been 10 times more creeped out.
It was pretty chilling if you didn't know it was coming.
Yeah. But when it's in the fucking trailer, it's like, come on.
Well, yeah. There are a lot of bad trailers. Horror movies tend to suffer from pretty poor trailers. Because like they want to show you the best bits to get you to go, but then you've seen the best bits. And especially in a horror movie, you're like, well,
I tend to avoid Cujo because I'm a dog lover. Yeah, and the dog is just doing what dogs do.
Poor dog.
He chases a fucking rabbit, and then he gets rabies.
Yep. Was he a good dog? Because it's really a tragedy, really.
That movie got me into the Ramones, enough said. Nice. But more about this, my son kept wandering in and out, and we kept having to pause. And there were times where he's like, I was hiding in the hallway. I heard that something jumps out of that guy's chest.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a chest burster.
Thing that happens.
You have a little plushy one. It should not be scary to you. And then, it started another conversation with Tommy wants to watch scary movies now. Which he's seen Killer Clowns, Ghostbusters, you know, he's seen Dracula, he's seen, I was just telling you, he watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers and was confused why they put a Halloween mask on a dog. Did he get like some of the overarching like themes of it? No. But then it's like, Mom, I think I'm ready to watch Chucky. No, you're not.
Well, I feel like I'm living that 70s like Invasion of the Body Snatchers right now, man.
That it hit way different. I'll be
it hits
honest.
different now, like, whoa.
But there's that great moment, and my son, like, it goes right over his head when he's like, I didn't tell you my name. How do you know my name? And it's like, he's freaking out on the phone when they're like, someone will be coming to get you, Matthew. And it's like, wait, no, hold up. And that's one of my favorite moments in that film is the realization, like, no, everything's against you now.
Yeah.
And there's my son, like, why are they putting these giant pea pods into garbage trucks? Good. Yes. I could show him. I probably could get away with showing him Vibes.
Oh, that's true.
I'm thinking about it. Like, the frog mask scared the shit out of me when I was his age, but I was watching Vibes at his age. It really depends on the child. My dad started me off with the black and white horror films.
15 minutes, doctor. 15 minutes to save your son. I like those movies. Victoria. Baltanya, come.
Hold up. I have a poster for Fives' last concert appearance, but this was a surprise that my dad had special made for me.
Aww.
It's my favorite curse, and he like had it done up, and I'm like, holy shit, this is kind of fucking amazing. So another homage to one of my favorite horror films. So there we go. I just had to show my little curse of blood.
I actually haven't seen The Devil's Bath. Is that available now? Yeah, it is. The
Gordy and the digestive tract scenes in Nope. Oh, God. Oh, you just reminded me of that. Where you're hearing people screaming as they're getting digested. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, we'll check that out. All I know is I had plans for the day. I was making plans for the weekend, and then I was just like, nope. No.
I don't think I'm doing anything.
I don't think I'm doing anything. Like, fucking God, motherfuckers. And oh, Flash wants to know if you showed him The Gate.
I have not shown him The Gate. I should. That's another good kids horror film.
Yeah. I like anything with like gremlin goblin things. It's fun. But actually my favorite like Stephen King movie for a while was that last segment of Cat's Eye.
Oh, that is good.
Because it's all about a cat killing a fucking wall goblin,
Yeah.
And he kicked it into the fan and smushed it.
Somebody on Facebook claimed that Caligula is a bad first date movie, and I'm like, it can be a first date movie depending on who you're on the date with.
Yeah.
And I'm with Bill Hader, where it's like a first date film is sallow. They can sit through that with you.
Yep.
They're a keeper.
Yeah, like No. To me, dating was a process of weeding things out. If you don't like fucked up movies, if You don't like science fiction. You don't like gaming. This ain't gonna work.
Well,
so I would do the nerdiest shit, because it's like, no, this is gonna be like all time, all day, every day,
And for a while, I had accepted that like no one's gonna be into the shit I'm into. So, are you gonna pick on me if if I'm like really into this shit? No, that's good enough. And always ended up fucking horrible. And then this tall flannel man walked into my life, and he went, "Not only do I like the same fucked up shit as you, I think it's adorable when you go off on tangents about Brad Dourif. So keep on keeping on, babe."
Yeah. Well, no, Brad Dourif's a treasure.
Someday my prince will come, and bitch did he.
Yeah.
He was riding a turtle. It took him a while, but there you go.
Kept trying to get him to get that driver's license, but no. Turtles all the way.
I accidentally reminded myself of this dude at work ended up marrying this kind of raving bitch that we all worked with. And he's like, sometimes you got to slay a lot of dragons to get to your princess. And we're like, yeah, but you weren't supposed to settle for the fucking dragon, dude.
Yeah.
That's not the point.
Yikes. Yeah, I knew I dated this one girl. I knew she wanted me to propose to her. She didn't want to marry me. She just wanted me to propose to her.
You think one goes with the other.
Yeah, exactly. But that was one of those, yeah, okay, we're done. This is
hose
done.
beast at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's like, I now have to worry why it is you want this to happen. As opposed to all the other reasons I think it's a bad idea. I'm not wasting my time with you for it. Get the fuck out of here. Like, in fact, you know what? You stay. I'll go,
Yeah. I had somebody turn off the original Night of the Living Dead because it's too real for me. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's a little. Did she want to get off on rejecting me? I probably. I wouldn't put it past her. Like, that was a very early relationship, and it kind of set the tone for a lot of things. Because I was like, you know what? There's a lot of crap I'm just never going to deal with again. The minute it starts rearing its ugly head, it's just over. It's like, but you have to tell me why. Actually, no. I will. Because I'm angry. But, technically I don't have to. So listen up.
I remember when I drew a fucking dating line in the sand. I went from dating a guy who was in a band to a guy that fancied himself an actor. And I'm like, you know something? Y'all have something in common. Me having to stroke your fucking egos. I'm done. No more of this shit. It was the original Night of the Living Dead. Black and white. OG. Not even my favorite one.
I just want to know that I don't suck.
That's doable.
Yeah.
Having to hear...
I don't need to be told I'm the best. I just need to know that I don't suck.
Either way, red flag. But... Hey, babe, are you going to this show? Can you tell us how good we are at the show that we're playing at? You're playing at a dive bar that usually gets a Jimmy Buffett cover band on the weekend. You're going to be amazing. Shut the fuck up. He kind of
not even the like, yeah, we're going to totally outrock that Jimmy Buffett cover band. Don't wait up.
They were a ska band.
Were they a good
Fairly
ska
decent.
band? Okay.
Fairly decent. They ended up opening for Real Big Fish, and then they were done.
Oh.
That was like
I
really
mean,
like
that's
where
not,
they decided what.
as far as ska bands are concerned, that's not a bad bar to hit, you know?
That's like where they wanted to be, and that's what they did, and then they ended it because everyone started having babies, and then that was it. I did not have babies. I was out of the band before they had babies.
Got it.
Have I shown him? He's seen Frankenstein and Dracula.
Who?
We tried to show him, my son.
Oh, okay.
We've shown him Frankenstein and Dracula. And by the way, my son had the same problem with Frankenstein that I did as a little kid.
Which is?
He was just trying to play with that little girl, and he ran out of flowers.
I'm always trying to figure out why that girl just fucking dies the minute she hits the water.
How do you live that close to a fucking lake and don't know how to swim?
Well, it happens. It happens.
This little German child is not into doing the sport.
The German child is very non-buoyant. It is because she is filled with the blood and iron.
Like, but the fact
like
that my
the
son
Matterhorn actually
was like so incensed, like he didn't. Frankenstein did nothing wrong. He just wanted to play with her. How the fuck is he supposed to know she can't swim?
Yeah, but I'm still in one of those, like, he tosses her in, then just dead.
Gone.
Just gone. And I'm like, the fuck? You know.
Also,
like,
I know technically not a black
struggle
and white
a
horror
bit.
classic.
You know?
He has seen Young Frankenstein as well.
Oh, well,
kind of a good double feature.
I mean, come on. That's good stuff. That's like Abbott and Costello meet Dracula, you know. Like, that's good stuff.
That's great. I remember being a little kid and watching Abbott and Costello and like, why did my dad never show me this one? Because I didn't have it. Sorry. Pat.
Last Man on Earth. Ooh, I really like Last Man on Earth. The Vincent Price one. That's super good. You know, it's probably my favorite of the I Am Legend adaptations.
So good.
Yeah, I do kind of. I knew they weren't going to, but I was actually really hoping that when they did the Will Smith one, they would just straight up adapt the story.
I have fond memories of watching the Will Smith one. Because I didn't see it when I was in theaters.
It's not the worst.
I had avoided seeing it for the longest time. And then I was supposed to meet up with someone for a trip. So I went back from Texas to Oklahoma. And then they couldn't come pick me up. So I had to spend the night at his sister's house. His sister got me drunk. And then we cuddled on her couch and watched the Will Smith I Am Legend. And I'm like, this is the best night of my life.
Yeah, some of them Will Smith remake movies are actually not that bad. Like iRobot is not that bad. It's not iRobot, but it's not that bad. They shouldn't have had to put that title on it. I think it pissed too many people off because it's not iRobot. But then again, I always found myself going like, look, I'll be real honest, guys. As much as I cherish to Isaac Asimov.
Did you see the version of I Am Legend with the butterfly tattoo ending? Yes, I did. There's an alternate ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't end up with him in a fucking cabins in a pit surrounded by swords, so
yeah,
unless it does. Okay.
No.
So what's this butterfly tattoo ending?
You can find it. I barely remember it. It's just the whole thing of the reason why they're trying to break into his lab is to get their girl back. Like the monsters actually have a little bit of a conscience and just want to have the thing that he's experimenting on back in their group.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's at least more keeping in line with the fucking original story, even though that doesn't happen.
But it's like, oh, okay.
You know, yes. I'm always a little annoyed because, like, the Last Man on Earth is the only one that fucking understands why the story was called I Am Legend.
Robot would have worked better as a miniseries. I still think for as many remakes as are coming out lately, there are things that you could remake and not piss anybody off. What?
Yeah.
No, don't say that, Rachel. No, but a modern take on the Golem would be interesting.
Yeah, it would. It would be pretty cool. Like, the problem I have with, like, a lot of Isaac Asimov stories is when you get right down to it, like, they're not exactly action-packed. You know, they're not like Alfred Bester stories where, like, they go completely bonkers. And it always ends up in people, like, trying to kill each other. Or even like A.E. Van Vogt, where all of a sudden you realize, oh shit, the villain has been winning the entire time.
What is this, a meditation on the nature of humanity? Let's add guns. Just a suggestion here from the back of the writer's room.
Yeah, it's like, it's also, when you go back and read, like, the Foundation series, you find yourself going, a psychology degree does not give you magic powers.
Unless you're Will Graham.
You know, but, like, yeah, go back and read the Foundation. You're going to be like, so, understanding psychology gives robots psychic powers. What? What? You know, like it's like a bridge. It's like a bridge way too far. You know, look. All I'm saying is, people look up to science fiction writers because you got to realize a lot of science fiction is inspired by the wacky tobacco. You know, fucking
Well,
hey, look, doing psychedelic drugs and misquoting the Koran is going to create a society that is trying to turn into a giant sandworm.
And I mentioned this weird, I ended up on this weird side of TikTok that is just clips of Harlan Ellison being the angriest man on earth. And it's kind of become my favorite fucking thing because I know he's the angriest man on earth.
Yeah.
But like, it's just constantly a clip show of this man getting pissed off at different things. Like, I've got half a Rando award because Lord knows the director of A Boy and His Dog got the award, not the fucking writer. Like,
yeah. Dude, I think it was actually I forget which one it was. I think it was a Nebula, actually.
And he's got like a Jiminy Cricket on top of it because the director had a conscience and sent me half the award because half of it did belong to me because I wrote the damn thing. Okay. Or threatening to burn down Neil Gaiman's house.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty amazing.
Anyway, call me back.
Yeah, I gotta burn your fucking house down, Gaiman. Anyway, call me back.
That's like one of my favorite voicemails. They're on YouTube. Joe Spinell calling his friend, like, hey, Godfather's gonna be on tonight. Thought we could get together and watch it. Call me back. Hey, you bastard, you still owe me $20. I'll see you on Friday. Bye. Like, someone's got like their voicemail messages from Joe Spinell saved and put it on YouTube, and I'm like, this is the best. Then I hear Harlan Ellison threatening to like burn down Neil Gaiman's, and I'm like, and that's on the list too.
Yeah. Hey, man.
I need to find this side of TikTok. Just
Yeah. There's an account that just basically all it does is post Harlan Ellison clips of Harlan Ellison. It's pretty good, actually. Although, I hate horror talk.
No, fuck horror talk.
I do not like horror talk because I find myself, well, all right, look.
I try engaging with horror talk and they don't always come back and engage with me. And that bothers me. Why are you asking a question if you don't want a fucking answer?
Well, for me, it's actually this. I feel like I've been to the majors and I'm now trying to talk to people in Little League who are acting like they've been to the majors. You know, it's like I'm trying to have like a serious scientific discussion with a fourth grader. You know, because I'm always like, here's a movie a lot of them don't like, and I'm like, no, you ain't my kind of people. They didn't like Immaculate. Horror talk hates Immaculate for some reason. And I find myself going, fuck you, that movie is brilliant. That movie is ahead of you.
Go back to school, please.
Go back to school. You know, if you passed, tell your instructor you just don't feel good about it. And you got to do it again.
But there are a couple people that I was following that I've since unfollowed because it's like, I'm going to ask this question to my audience and I am only going to accept these answers that I like. And if anyone's outside of these answers.
Yeah.
Well, why are you asking what the best anthology horror film is to an audience? And then if someone says something that isn't Creepshow or Tales from the Crypt, why are you just like ignoring them? Like you're having full on conversations in the comments with other people. But just because I said The House That Dripped Blood, I'm a fucking bitch.
Actually, my favorite underrated anthology film. Now, bear in mind, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, oh shit, there are actually two of them. There are two, neck and neck with each other. One is From a Whisper to a Scream, and the other is Grim Prairie Tales.
I love Grim Prairie Tales. And I really think they need to. I've got a shitty fucking VHS copy that somebody put on a DVD. And I'm like, someone needs to remaster this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't fucking care.
Oh, yeah.
It is fucking brilliant. A woman sucks somebody into their pussy.
Yeah. And that's the first story.
And it's awesome.
And it's got fucking, I forget, it's Brad Dourif, right? Who plays...
Brad Dourif and James Earl Jones.
Yeah, Brad Dourif and James Earl Jones playing off of each other. They're the wraparound segment.
Let's not forget Tales from the Hood. Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horrors. Amazing. Tales from the Hood. Amazing.
I like Tales from the Hood. I wasn't... Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horrors, I was
high when I watched it.
Well, I'll put it this way. As long as you're like... I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm just saying I was very entertained. It's fun when you're high.
Same way I say Soul Plane. Like, everyone needs to see it. You might need to be bombed out of your skull first, but definitely give it a watch.
Well, I definitely think Hood of Horrors is better than Soul Plane, but like...
But, okay. Get super drunk with your friends, put on Soul Plane and then Snakes on a Plane, and watch the audience reaction.
Actually, but one of my favorite, like, terrible, borderline racist comedy to do that with is How High.
Have you emailed? Shout. Oh my God. Shout, Kino. No, I don't message these people.
Or
They
can you
don't
watch
care.
no, not Grim Fairy Tales, Grim Prairie Tales.
Well, let's find out.
It's got James Earl Jones saying like, "Come on, admit it. It aroused you." And Brad Dourif is standing there like,
it's available on YouTube, guys.
Grim Prairie Tales?
Yes, the full hour and 23 minutes.
One bullet. I that's the only thing I remember from that segment is that animated bit.
It's all good.
It's a lot of fun.
You want to see Brad Dourif acting his ass off, look up Istanbul on YouTube. He doesn't play a likable guy, but god damn it, is it a good Brad Dourif performance? You had me at Prairie Tales.
Oh, what are they doing now? No. I know it doesn't take this long to get the man-eating vagina. Come on, where is it? Oh, I thought it was the first bit. It
might be the middle.
No, I think it's I think you're right. I think it's the middle because the first one's like about Indians. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yep, there we go. He goes inside. Yep. In the vagina.
Now that you put it to me that way. Just too much of a sow's runt to admit it. You city folks are a strange lot.
Back when I had a show, I did show Istanbul. I see flashback going, not Constantinople. No, but I showed Istanbul, and people were pretty bummed out with this movie. And so I put on Death Machine as like I can win this audience back. Brad Dourif may or may not have murdered a child in Istanbul. You have to sit and figure it out. But then when people are like, oh, fuck. Hey. It's a surprise party. Did I get you guys back?
Istanbul full movie.
Yes.
I've never seen this thing. What is it?
It's a road movie. And this guy is trying to figure out, basically Brad Dourif picks up this guy for an adventure and they're trying to get to Istanbul. And it becomes clear by the end of the film that the reason Brad Dourif wants to go to Istanbul is to rot in a Turkish prison because he feels bad about killing a kid.
That may not be dead.
No, it's for certain it's dead, but what he might have been doing prior to killing the child is where it gets problematic.
God. Wait, is that Ray Fiennes or
no? Looks like him. It also has Brad Dourif singing.
It also the other guy also looks a bit like Malky from Perfect Strangers.
That's what made me do the double take because I'm like, wait a minute. No, it's very serious. It's a real pace. Oh I love that actor so much, but I always go to fucking Beverly Hills Cop. Bronson fucking Pinchot.
Joe.
He was in True Romance. Fuck that shit. No, it's serious.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's another thing. So, two things happened in my house. My son has his first wiggly tooth, which a momentous day. Well, he's 5. They start coming out 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mom, my tooth, look at it. And I'm like, okay, calm down. You can't pull it out. Tooth fairy doesn't want it if you pull it out. You got to let it come out natural. My dad, when I was a child, scared me with a pair of pliers. He's like, unless you want me to use these, you let that tooth come out natural. Okay. But
okay, then.
He had this, he came into my room, pissed off and ranting. Like, already, like, was in the middle of a fight with me in the hallway before he even got to me. And I'm like, dude, can you calm down? Got him calmed down enough. I can't drive your car. I'm not big enough. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, you're not height-wise tall enough to reach the fucking pedals. Not only that, you need to be 16 years old and have a driver's license or a driver's permit. And that is such bullshit. Wanders away into the night. He has just learned about the secret tooth-needing deity. And that is real. Driver's license, fucking lie. Personal identification, state laws and statutes, fuck that. But the tooth fairy. Now, I asked this question to Josh, and I will ask it to you.
Oh.
When I was a kid,
okay,
I asked my dad, where does the tooth fairy get all her money? Well, honey, you know when dad rattles up a spray paint can and you hear that rattle? It's a kid's tooth. She brings all the kids' teeth over to the spray paint factory. She hands them a bag of teeth. She gets a wad of money. She gives it back to the kids. I felt like I was helping out in business and the economy. And I'm like, do I pass this on to my child? And my dad's like, do you know where I even got that? Bart says it in The Simpsons to another kid. Huh. Well, it worked on me, and I really thought like I was doing something with my life.
My favorite Tooth Fairy bit was probably South Park. Because that just did not go in any direction I was expecting. I will kick you in the nuts, squaw in the nuts.
But that part of me is like, technically the killer in Manhunter is also the Tooth Fairy, so do I show him a picture of that actor and go, you want to see the Tooth Fairy, motherfucker?
Wait, what?
They call him the Tooth Fairy in Manhunter.
Oh, that's
Red
right.
Dragon.
Right.
Yeah, they give the killer the nickname the Tooth Fairy. How ridiculous. And I'm like, do I show him a picture of Tom Noonan and go, that's the actual Tooth Fairy? He's sneaking into your room at night. Because that motherfucker does look like he'll put your teeth in spray paint cans.
Yes. Oh, God damn it. That's in my head again.
I would chew on a belt to get my tooth to fall out because I wanted that money. See, the worst thing was back in the 90s, people were still putting whiskey on their kids' gums. And my dad wouldn't just give you a little bit on the finger and like, nah, there you go for your wiggly tooth to help you sleep through the night. He would give you a shot glass and go swish it out and spit it out or swallow it. And he never expected, with the terrible taste of Jack fucking Daniels, that any of his kids would be dumb enough to swallow it. Well, one day, I gulped.
Oh, geez.
And the way this man looked at me, and then we had just like waxed the floors in our kitchen, and I was wearing footy pajamas. I remember skidding on that floor, hitting the stove, coming right back up, and my dad's like, you good? I'm great. Oh shit, she is off her tits, and I have to explain this to her mother. Great.
Oh, someone's mentioning the Tooth Fairy from Hellboy 2. Little assholes.
See, that just reminds me of the fairies in What We Do in the Shadows that live in a garbage can.
Yes.
Real fairies, they eat shit.
Shit. No. Yeah.
Gnomes, they only turn to stone when you look at them. They're fucking terrified all the time.
Oh my God. I was actually... So what was your favorite monster when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I think my favorite monster was the Phantom of the Opera. That image of Lon Chaney's face was burned into my brain. And also, I was like And if this dumb bitch would have just followed the rules, everything would have been gravy. Everything would have been fine. But there's Christine, who has to go, I want to see what's behind the mask.
Yeah, she just had to. Mine was The Creature from the Black Lagoon. You know, I guess Godzilla also counts.
Oh, Godzilla, yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I feel weird about that because it's like, well, I feel like that goes without saying.
They're like, you can't make me rank them because, like, Dracula was another favorite. I was a big fan of The Bride of Frankenstein. I really liked The Wolfman.
I love whenever a Japanese movie makes a Godzilla joke. Because they make the best Godzilla jokes. I don't know what movie it was, but it was like one of those, like, it was a screwball comedy. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a Beat Takeshi movie where a bunch of people are trying to break down a door to get inside in this apartment complex, and the guy just runs out in a Godzilla outfit. Like the actual Godzilla outfit that Toho was using at the time. It's pretty good. I thought it was funny. You don't really expect that.
But then, like, there are things that, like, stick out in my mind. Like, I was a big fan of Fritz from Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, right.
It was a fresh one, an accident victim. Dwight Fry in literally fucking anything.
Yeah.
Like, Rachel, how are we doing today? Right after I started new psych meds, my dad asked, Rachel, how are we doing today? And I did the Renfield. Like, how can you not, like, think of, like, Renfield when they open up the hold of the ship and he's just standing there.
Yeah, he's just standing there cackling, you know, with his teeth
so
clenched, good. You know? He's gone mad.
Rats. Hundreds. Millions.
Oh my God. I love the Tom Waits like rendition of Renfield.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Flies.
Oh, I'd sell my soul for a cat. A kitten. Something I can feed and grow.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Audrey 2 is great too. But that's also where my son during Invasion of the Body Snatchers got the, is it a good plant or a bad plant? Because he knows that mean green mother from outer space.
Some arguments around the campfire. There were some people that, there were some musical kids that said that. There was one musical kid who said, we all know that Mean Green Mother from Outer Space is the worst song in the musical. And I was like, the fuck it is.
You can keep the thing. You can keep the it. You
can
keep
the creature. They don't mean shit. Yeah.
You know, I blame that movie for my lifelong crush on Rick Moranis.
You know, I don't come from no Black Lagoon. I'm from past the stars and beyond the moon.
Well, and like, I just remember watching that horror list, and it's like, there were always, like, watching this thing was like, I remember watching these movies with my dad, and when the oh shit moment happened in my head, where it's like, oh, the girl getting eaten at the beach, right, in Jaws.
Right.
Chrissy dying in the opening. And I'm like, okay, that's okay. But when the shark comes up and eats the Kitchener boy, that was my, oh
Yeah, it's real. That just happened, you know.
The head sliding off the table in The Thing was like, I ran to the bathroom. Like, I just knew I'm going to bolt. I was 9. I got the fuck out of there. But there's like always like, or my dad didn't remember this in Suspiria, and I'm like, it's gonna be where the chick walks into the random room full of barbed wire. And my dad's like, random room full of barbed wire? And I'm like, yeah, there's just a random room full of barbed wire in Suspiria.
I remember that. Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna get out of this window and then just land on a room.
Why do they have a room full of razor wire? Like, it makes no sense. Well, they're witches.
Yeah, they just have that. They just have that.
End of story.
Oh my god. I actually really like the remake.
When they imply that Michael Myers ate a dog, that was my, oh my god, shit, this thing is a monster moment in Halloween.
Yeah,
like,
he was hungry.
Even before, like, he starts killing teenagers, it's like, he ate a fucking dog.
Yep. Yep. Well, like, that was like in my the whole Halloween 2 review, where I was like, everything everyone is mad at Rob Zombie for doing the second Halloween actually happens in the original. He's eating a dog. That's too fucked up. I'm like, first of all, no. Second of all, that happened in the first one. You know, oh my god, why did they take his mask off? Mike Myers never takes his mask off. Bullshit. Happens all the time. It happened in the first
Halloween. But yeah, it just, there are certain like things that it's like, I'm surprised it stayed with me this long, that I could be watching like, oh god, yeah, that was like the moment when I went, we are doomed. This movie just like fell off the rails.
I have an answer. Scariest moment. The moment that scared me the fucking most when I was a kid. Doesn't come from a horror movie. And when they pulled the body out, it looked like this.
Okay.
The large bit. Fucking nothing beats that. Nothing beats that.
It's a Hot Time in the Old Town Tonight from Batman. Freaked me the fuck out.
Oh.
Joy buzzering the guy to death.
That was such a good scene.
And then it's just this charred corpse in a chair. And I'm like, oh, this is awful. This is terrible.
Yeah. Think it over. You know, maybe we ought to give him a few days to think it over. What? Grease him now?
Beetlejuice. Just not even Beetlejuice himself, when they like are pulling their faces to make the scary faces. I remember being like, I don't know if I can watch any more of this, but I really like this Lydia girl and I want to be her. By the way, the next day, my dad found me in the basement going, Beetlejuice, 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 in a corner and turning around and like getting pissed off that it wasn't happening. He's like, what the fuck would you actually do if Beetlejuice was here? I don't know, give him a hug. Oh, okay. Keep having fun, honey.
Oh, man. RILM says my 4-year-old self was haunted by the mass and infanticide expressed in a hieroglyphic nightmare, Prince of Egypt. Yeah, isn't that fucked up? Isn't that fucked up?
We didn't realize that was going to be, me and my brothers, we didn't go to church regularly. We were raised Catholic, but my parents basically put the whole kibosh on getting up on a Sunday morning because they had 3 kids and fuck that shit. So we didn't realize that Prince of Egypt was going to be a religious themed film. And we were like, we'd just seen like the fucking Mummy. And we were like so down for like another Egypt themed thing. And then like kids are dying and locusts are coming out of the sky. We're just like, what the fuck did we get into?
And
why does that guy sound like the cowboy from Buckaroo Banzai? The fuck?
You did not want to be in that theater with me when I went and saw Prince of Egypt. You did not. We get to the end and not caring that there were children in the audience, I'm like, fuck off. You know, you didn't want to be in that theater with me watching Kick-Ass either. I almost started a fight.
My mom and dad didn't talk to each other for a day after seeing The Sixth Sense.
Why?
Because my dad, like, my mom had seen it first and took my dad to the theater. My dad's like, said Bruce Willis is a ghost.
I knew that within the first 10 minutes. Yeah.
Pretty quickly, my dad went, Papa, shush. No, he's not. And she really tried to, like, lie to my dad. And he's like, he's a fucking ghost. He hasn't changed clothes this entire fucking time, Chris. This is stupid. You're either stupid or you haven't seen a movie before. Well, I guess I'm stupid. Walks out of the theater. My dad goes chasing after her.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the times where she started to try to walk home and he had to follow her in the car.
What pissed me off about Kick-Ass? Okay, well, when you get right down to it, the reason I didn't like Kick-Ass the movie was the same reason I didn't like Kick-Ass the comic or the comic of the boys, which was, and you're talking to a person who, like, loves to see body parts fly, right? But I found myself constantly going, what's the point of this? Like, what's the point of this? This feels like a story that is desperately searching for a goddamn point. You know? And I thought, and I gotta be honest, I thought the whole thing around Hit Girl was weird. Like, uncomfortable. I'm like, I feel like I'm watching Leon the Professional again, but it's like more explicit. And it didn't help that I had these 3 meatheads behind me. And these guys were like at least my age. At least. And they're making comments about Hit Girl the entire time. To the point where you are like, dude.
Stop being gross.
This is beyond. Why do you think it is okay to say that stuff about a teenager in public? You know, so that did not help. That did not help. But like, yeah, I feel like in the boys comic, like, there's so much fuck you where I'm just sort of like, okay, why did that happen? Like, why the fuck did this happen? You know? And I felt the same way about Kick-Ass. I was like, why is this happening? Why should I care? Everyone here, I hate all of these characters. Like, I hate everybody.
You're sounding like when I got to the 2nd season of Preacher.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
Wait, we have gone so far off of everything that the comic book has set up. Why did you fucking bother?
Yeah.
The fuck?
No, the whole point is at the end of the story, the Santa killer shoots God in the face dead. because he's a motherfucker and he deserves to die. If you don't fucking do that, you've missed the whole point of Preacher.
But no.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's why I stopped getting excited about things before I see them. Because I was really like, fuck yes, this first season of Preacher is great. The second season's gonna be even better. I can't wait. Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
The first show where everything just died in the second season, I was like, I am not coming back, and I do not want to see anything else you people do again ever, was Heroes. I hated the second season so fucking much that I was like, I think I was like six episodes in or something, and I was just like, you know what, fuck you. I'm just done with this. This is just garbage. You took one of the best shows that's ever been made and turned it into one of the worst.
Thanks for playing. You're done.
Yeah, thanks for playing. Pack your shit, go away. You know,
There are so
and
many,
then everyone was trying to get me to watch Lost, and I was like, no, thank you.
It's weird though. Like, I ended up watching Mad Men right after I had my son. I made it through the entire series, right? Had no interest in that show initially. It went through its entire run. I watched it in 2019, and then I'm like, you know something, that wasn't actually that bad. Thank you. Good for that.
No, Mad Men's a good show.
And it was like, but there are so many that it's like, I have watched this after the fact and I have decided it's all right. But then there are shows like The Walking Dead that it's like, I am watching, and you pissed me off, and now I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
And they're still making spin-offs of the fucking Walking Dead. Let it fucking die. No, I don't care how Norman Reedus ended up in France. I don't care what Negan and fucking Maggie are doing. Fuck that. Oh, we're gonna make a show about Carol next. Can you shoot me in the face?
Yeah.
Pretend I'm a walker. Just shoot me in the fucking face. And then they made that fucking, we're bringing back Andrew Lincoln. We're gonna seal off the whole Rick storyline. And I'm supposed to care? You got enough of my money. You done.
Well, okay, so a couple things happened with The Walking Dead with me. One, I really hated the way the first season ended. I thought that was really dumb. But they're like, okay, we're doing the second season. I'm like, okay, all right. You know, like maybe it'll pick up again, you know, like, so I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching it. And then I watch it some more, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, when are they going to get off this fucking farm? When is something going to happen? Why are we still become an actual
zombie?
You know, and so I stopped watching after the second season because I was like, I can't do this. You know, now I'm told that many later seasons are quite excellent, and I believe that.
I made it to the cliffhanger where you don't see who Negan hits with a baseball bat. And I was like, fuck this show. I'm so fucking done. But it was funny because my friend at work was like, did you see The Walking Dead? Glenn got the bat. And I'm like, okay. Well, for Halloween, I thought you could be Negan and I could be Glenn. And then I'm like, all right, I'm into this. Let's go.
Oh, man. But, like, then I played the Walking Dead video game, the Telltale one.
That's great.
And no, they're all three of those, like Clementine. All those Clementine stories are really good.
I really like those. And it's just like, I can't stand the spinoffs. Someone mentioned Poker Face. I love Poker Face.
Oh, the the show Poker Face with
Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah. That's a great show.
My brother tried to get me into Game of Thrones. I was not into it. Off the bat, I was like, dude, no. I love you. I love you so much. No.
I actually like Game of Thrones. I wasn't. What?
I said, okay.
Okay. Yeah. I actually, well, I liked it until like pretty much everyone didn't at the exact same time.
But you got to understand, my brother was so diehard and he's like, and you're going to love this character and you're going to die when this thing happens. And then I'm like, okay, watch the show. So off of this first episode, I'm just saying it didn't really catch my interest. So let's try to hop to. Let's get something going. Not interested in the second episode. Okay, are you all right? No, dude, I'm done. Don't want to watch the third episode? No, I do not.
Oh, come on. You got to stay for the dragon. Dragon, it starts happening. You know? Oh,
I turned into Butters, where it's like, I was promised boobs, and all I'm seeing is a bunch of ding-dongs everywhere. I see a lot of wiener.
Oh, I see his wiener. Maybe tuck it in between our legs, give her a nice fruit bowl. How about that?
Now, I just wanted to see some dragons, and then I wanted to see some boobies, and all I got were wieners.
There was such like bullshit internet discourse about that show, though.
But then it's like I tried to go back and watch shows that I remember my parents watching from the 90s, and it's like just the lack of availability of some of them. That's a thing, but it's like I can't understand. Like Buffy, I made it to season 3 and was like, how did my mom keep watching this night after night after night?
I didn't understand it at the time because like everyone I knew loved that show and they all watched it, and I would watch it and I would be like, oh, it's okay.
All right.
It's all right. You know?
It was like the most okayest experience. X-Files, I watched that entire thing and I'm like, the Monster of the Week episodes are the best. Everyone's right about that.
Oh, yeah.
No lie. Fuck that conspiracy shit. I'm done with the cigarette smoking, man. I'm done.
Yeah, I was always like, this is an alien. Does this one have to do with aliens or something else? Because with something else, I'll watch it.
There was a show she watched called Forever Night.
Hell yeah, Forever Night.
And I was like, this one's awesome. That one sucked. What the fuck?
You could totally fucking I was like, hey, you want to redo doing vampires? You could totally remake Forever Night. You know,
please.
That was a great one. You know, you'd have to find the right guy to play LaCroix, though. You know, like. Because like I keep saying, the thing that's beautiful about LaCroix is that he is just a pure antagonist. Like, he has no greater plan. His whole purpose in life is just to make the main character miserable.
Yeah, just to fuck with this guy.
Flat out.
And they're both vampires, so they can just fuck with each other for centuries.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yep. The one thing I felt really bad about, where I was like, you know, like this is something I would definitely change if it was a modern show. The episode where, what was his name? Spanky?
Yeah.
They called him Spanky, you know, like his partner.
Yeah.
Figures out that he's a vampire. Like, that episode's awesome. That episode was great. But of course it's like 90s television, so we got to hit the reset button at the end and like have Nick take away his memories and shit.
Kolchak the Night Stalker was great. Yes.
Kolchak the Night Stalker was great.
Bring it back.
I always thought that like they also, I'm just going to say this. They tried to bring Kolchak the Night Stalker back. But they tried to like CW it.
You can't do that.
No, you can't do that. He's got to be like kind of a grizzled asshole, You know, if
Okay,
he's not, it doesn't really work.
There's an alternate take I'm going to give you. Because
Okay.
the new X-Files series that had just come out like a couple years ago,
Okay.
Rhys Darby is dressed up as Kolchak. And I'm like, I want nothing more than to see Rhys Darby as bumbling, pissed off, annoyed newsman that keeps having to deal with the supernatural.
Well, yeah, but he's funny looking.
That was Darren McGavin.
Yeah, well, like, I'm saying, like, no, Kolchak's got to be funny looking. He can't be, like, a nice, conventionally attractive dude. That doesn't
Rhys Darby's
work.
conventionally attractive?
No, he's not. No, I'm saying that's why he would work. One of the
Yay,
reasons he
someone
would
agrees with
work
me.
is because he's not conventionally attractive. He's funny looking. You know? You gotta get, like, Kolchak's gotta look like a bit of a schlub.
And he shouldn't know what the fuck's going on all the time. And having the comedy element of Rhys Darby in that role would just be so perfect. This dude trying to fight a vampire is the funniest thing I can fucking think of.
Yeah. Well, it's also like, I remember as a kid seeing the first one, the made-for-television movie, and just being like, oh shit, it's Dracula. He has to fight Dracula.
How does a normal man deal with... How does the dad from A Christmas Story handle a vampire?
Yeah, how does he fight Dracula? You know, like, what's he gonna do? You know? And the thing I thought was actually kind of great, which I'm like, no, you kind of also got to keep a little bit of this, is the fact that when he finds the vampire, he looks like a movie vampire.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the big cape and the, blah, suck your blood, like all that shit.
The fact that it's not...
it's no Night Flyer.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, it's
that
not Rhys
was
Darby,
awesome.
Walton Goggins. Shit.
Oh, Walton Goggins. Yeah, he'd be a great Kolchak. Yeah.
He's in everything.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, he goes through these periods where, like, he's in everything for a couple of years. Like, the same thing happened around the time of Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Like, he was in a bunch of movies around the time Hateful Eight came out, and now he's in a bunch of shows, just almost randomly.
Fact that SNL even picked up, they did a thing where it's like, protect, a New York task force for protecting character actors walking down the street. And it's like, be careful if you were ever a girlfriend on Seinfeld. They show a picture of Walton Goggins. This guy better watch out. He's in everything. Great in Fallout? Yes. This is where TikTok pisses me off. I don't get girls thirsting for the ghoul. I don't get it. I
don't? Oh,
there was a moment in the show where I went, okay, wait, now I get it.
I'm hurt.
He ties her up and then like calls her a little killer, and I'm like, ooh, okay, wait, that's where it's hitting. But I'm not. Where, if you kissed him, where would your nose go? And do you really want your nose to go in the nose hole?
We'll see. You make a scene out of that.
Y'all ain't thinking. I am. You want to handle a burnt hot dog? That's fine.
David Desmalchin is Kolchak.
Oh,
that would be
God.
Good. That would be good too. Yeah.
And he's a fucking horror nerd. He would die for that.
Yeah. That'd be a good one. I'm David Desmalchin. I'm now Kolchak. Dude, I would totally fucking... Well, he wrote that comic.
God damn it.
He wrote that. Yeah. He wrote the comic Count Crowley, so he's already kind of halfway there. Oh man, I actually really like that comic. Actually,
me too.
Count Crowley,
You telling that to Hancock? No, Hancock Hancock is the OG.
Okay.
Love Hancock.
All right then.
Fucking cowboy? No way. Drug addicted pirate ghoul? Yes, please.
All right then.
You've redeemed yourself,
You've
Rachel.
redeemed yourself, yes. Yeah. But like man. Oh goddamn, what was I watching the other day? Oh yeah, I started watching Ahsoka.
Oh, how's that?
It's pretty good. I started watching The Acolyte, and a trusted source tells me I need to stick with it.
Okay. Because I was kind of burnt out after the first episode.
I thought the first episode of The Acolyte was really bad. Like, it made me mad because I'm watching it and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of bad, but not for any of the reasons anyone's talking about.
That's another series the Star Wars series. Yeah. I grew up with my dad is like a Star Wars fan, was quoting it around the house, showed us every movie. I grew up like being able to name all the characters. We were on the news when episode 1 came out. It was a deal. And that's another one where it's like, if I need another Star Wars show, I will let you know. I'm good. I'm okay. How much lore? And they're gonna do another 3 movies apparently, and I'm like, because that worked so well the last fucking time.
Yeah, it just.
I mean, Mark Hamill ain't dead yet.
Stop! It's already dead. You know, like. Well, the thing is like there are a lot of things that you could do, but it's like, dude, I'm gonna need you to sit back and actually think about what you're doing, because I love Star Wars, but this is too much. It's too much, and there's too much mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too much mid. Like, Mandalorian was excellent. I knew we weren't necessarily going to hit that bar again, because that's a high bar.
I liked the Obi-Wan show.
I did too.
But it's gotten to the point where I'm like, if I need anything else, I did not like this other thing you did. I need to be done. Stop it.
Yeah. The only problem I really had with Obi-Wan is I felt that was one where I felt that like 6 episodes is way too long.
Yeah.
Like it could have been like 2 or 3. Yeah, 3, maybe 3. Like I probably would have actually have gone closer for like a 2.5 hour movie.
I really would have killed for a movie. I was obsessed with this piece of artwork, and they turned it into a figure. I have it in the living room. I'm not going to go grab it. But someone did a sculpt of Obi-Wan, and he's basically carrying this huge backpack that's got all these elements of his Jedi life. And they did a cross between Ewan McGregor and, oh my God, I lost his name. Damn it. Alec Guinness in the face. So they basically took the two and meshed them. And it's the in-between setting up the homestead on Tatooine, Obi-Wan. And I'm like, I need the story of this man right now.
Yeah.
And I got it. Go me.
No, it was good. I thought they did great. I thought the Obi-Wan show was good.
I thought it was really great. I thought the Princess Leia bits were great. Especially they found the kid with the right amount of fucking attitude.
Yes. Like, and everyone's complaining about, like, oh my God, this girl's such a brat. I'm like, yeah, it's Princess Leia as a 10-year-old. Like, she was, Princess Leia as a 10-year-old was going to be insufferable. Like, dude, you know, like, listen to the way she fucking talks to fucking Luke and Han in the original. Like, she has no respect for nothing, no how. You know, fucking Grandma talking to Darth Vader fucking come up. She's sort of like, oh, You. God. You've been in that fucking suit so long, I bet you smell like burnt leathery bacon.
Oh, and what's up with your little girlfriend here? Hey, Chuckle Fuck, how you doing? Like,
yeah.
if you're really a Jedi, make me fly. Like, and I remember my dad going, you would have been that level of brat. And I'm like, yeah, but I was watching Princess Leia when I was like fucking 6. So of course I wanted to be just like her.
Yeah. Oh my God. I fucking loved that stuff. You know, like there were a lot of other things where I felt like, oh man,
Another thing that killed me was
didn't. Why is I didn't know Darth Vader lived on a lava planet by himself.
Yeah. That's added.
That yeah. I'm like, maybe that's from something, but it felt a little weird to me. It wasn't bad, just kind of weird.
Well, and there's a thing in a comic book that I really wish they would have done anywhere, which is Darth Vader hunting down the tomb of Amidala, which is great. Because he didn't get to go to the funeral, and he never got to say goodbye, but like everybody's had their memories wiped and trying to hunt down his dead wife's fucking crypt. And I'm like, that is such a cool storyline. We should do this. We're not going to do this. That's okay. I will keep dreaming. I will keep it up for the fans.
Oh man. Yeah,
oh my God.
I don't know how to explain it. There's just one of those like I thought it was because I was like maybe I was Jedi'd out.
Yeah.
You know, but then I started watching Ahsoka and I'm like, actually everything's working again. Like what the fuck? And what I thought was bad about the Acolyte, at least like what I've seen of it, is that it's got a lot of prequelisms. You know, oh look, the Jedi are just walking and they're expositing. They're giving the exposition while they're walking. Why are they walking over there? I don't fucking care. Why does anyone care? Do they even know? You know, you couldn't punch this up a little bit. Why does this character exist? He does nothing. Oh, he does something later. Well, then introduce him later. Why is he cluttering up the fucking screen?
Okay. Have you ever read the original script for Star Wars?
Depends on what you mean by the original.
George Lucas's telephone book of a fucking novel that he said was the script that got chopped down by his friends to be a workable fucking movie.
Oh, okay. The one with like all the explanation of what the Force is and the two
and
gods that create it and all that shit.
The 10 pages of explanation for all the characters and like the one-off characters that'll get introduced and then won't do fucking shit. It's like, oh, well, at least you're staying true to Lucas's vision of having people come on that don't do fuck all.
That do
and
fuck all. Leave. Yeah. Like, oh, man.
Which nobody's confirmed it, but like everyone knows, like Milius got his hands on a draft and did, edits to the script. That's just a quiet thing. But it's like, I know that is one of the things that he would have gone, George, you know better.
Yeah, we've been through this.
Jesus Christ, George.
Yeah, well, one of the things that you can kind of tell about George Lucas is he's not very inventive with the camera.
Yeah.
He's not very dynamic, but that's okay. But where everything really falls apart for George Lucas, editing. It's clear that it's like, whoa, you're editing poison, my man. You need
exactly
to absolutely let someone way better than you do it and then just fuck off.
I am so happy that someone shares an opinion with me, and it's this Sue Blanton. I hope I'm saying your name right. George Lucas is like Dan Aykroyd. He has amazing ideas when they are filtered through friends.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
And
yeah, I
that
would
is
agree with
why,
that. Yeah.
that is why Nothing But Trouble was the pile of crap that it was. When I'm sorry, should we call it by its original title, Vulcavania?
That's right. It was called Vulcanvania. Yeah.
And he handed it to John Landis, and John Landis is like, look, I've got my own projects. You're competent enough. You can make this work. Go do your own movie. Okay. Hey, Harold, I'm busy, dude. Like, just handle it on your own. You're a good guy. You watched me direct. You watched your friends direct. You can do this. You can handle this. Go off. Ivan Reitman, you want it? No, absolutely goddamn not. Fuck. Okay, looks like I'm doing my own movie. Does anyone want to even help me edit the script? We're all busy.
Yeah, everyone's doing shit right now, man. No.
Like, even the original concept of Ghostbusters. He had to wrap the screenplay for Blues Brothers in the Yellow Pages, like, cover, to hold all the pages together when he handed it off to John Landis.
The Blues Brothers script.
Yes, there was a magical flying car.
Okay, see, the thing is, you say that, and I'm a little disappointed we didn't get it.
Well, in the original Ghostbusters, it was like a different dimension. There were warring factions of Ghostbusters. Ghosts were in an interdimensional field that you had to travel into. And then he makes the Ghostbusters that we all know and love. And then they're like, okay, write the sequel. And he comes up with this insane idea that actually the Ghostbusters are going to have to deal with fairies because Dana's been captured by fairies and they want her child. And there's like 9 pages about that. And it's just like, we're going to tunnel through the center of the earth to get her back. Nobody wants to do the sequel. Please write something we can work with. Oh, and by the way, tie in that cartoon we just made. Okay.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people's problem with Ghostbusters 2 is like, yeah, they made it kid friendly.
It was a little too kid friendly.
You leaned too hard into the cartoon show and you fucked up.
Yeah.
How we feeling about that?
Yeah.
Which means
with that said, I actually really like Frozen Empire.
Yeah, Frozen Empire. My son has seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, and he was kind of mad, much to the pride of his mother, who had a crush on Egon Spengler. He really likes Phoebe, and why is everyone being mean to her?
Mean to Phoebe.
And I'm like, buddy, because she's not supposed to be busting ghosts. There are rules, and it's not safe for her. But she was in the last movie. She was a Ghostbuster, and it was all okay. And where's her ghost grandfather? We're not doing the ghost grandpa. You know something? I'm just gonna watch this one without you, okay, buddy? Yeah. You can watch him when you're older.
Well, when the real Ghostbusters became more kid friendly, the whole show died because that was a terrible idea. Making Slimer the centerpiece was a terrible idea. You know, like what?
So he's like the Ghostbusters Scooby-Doo, I guess?
Yeah. I was sort of like, so many talented writers, particularly doing the syndicated episodes, you know, that did some really, really, really good shit. Like, that's how I found out who H.P. Lovecraft was actually through that cartoon.
Can't we all say that busting makes us feel good? That is true. Yeah, okay. I mean, Nothing But Trouble. All the actors and actresses had a blast, especially John Candy. That's not a problem. The fact that Chevy Chase, who by the way is a noted dickbag, was going through a divorce and was being, I don't know, his noted dickbag self. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason that, like, no one was hiring him for a long time.
When he would openly berate Demi Moore on set and then call her up at like 2 a.m. to apologize for everything he had said. Why would you continue filming with him? I know reshoots cost a lot and you were already in over your head because nobody wrangled you down and you're on the spectrum, but dude, please.
I actually thought Nothing But Trouble would have been better if John Candy had the Chevy Chase role.
Even though best thing to come out of Nothing But Trouble was John Candy won the Razzie for Best Actress. And he came dressed in drag as his character from Nothing But Trouble to accept his award.
Oh, I'm totally going to agree with Joker Z79 there. Like, if Lorenzo Music is voicing Venkman, it's probably a good Ghostbusters episode. I will totally agree with that.
The fact that Winston didn't get the part of Winston on the show because he didn't sound enough like Winston.
Oh, what? They almost had
Ernie Hudson auditioned to be his voice on the show because he was really interested in it. And they went, you don't sound enough like the guy in the movie. And he's like, I am the guy in the movie. Well, we already hired this other guy.
We already hired Arsenio Hall. Yeah. Well, okay then.
I guess I'll just leave.
Guess I'll just fuck off then. Jesus.
John Candy is just fucking amazing.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, but the voice actor, that voice actor, he also, what blew my mind was the day I found out that Fred from Scooby-Doo was also the voice of Slimer. I'm like, there is no goddamn way. Son of a bitch, it is.
I thought
it is.
Dave Coulier was the voice of Slimer.
I might be wrong, but
I know sure it was Dave Coulier.
Voice of Slimer, Ghostbusters TV show. Why are you giving me, something? I'm not going to find the answer to this today. It just brought up like Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, and Bill Murray. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong? No, this is not what I'm asking. TV show. I know I've seen the guy who played Fred doing The Boys.
Frank Welker?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was Dave Coulier. Huh.
Learn something new every day. No, Venkman was Dave Coulier.
Venkman was, he was the later Dave. He was the later Venkman. But I thought they hired him to do Venkman because he was already on cast. Huh. So Frank Welker did Slimer and Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue. The hell?
The Catholic Church is about to canonize its first gamer saint.
Don't remind me of that.
I just know that I talked to a really old nun, and the only talking point I had was that Archbishop Romero was about to be canonized, and she's like, I had lunch with him and he didn't tip. And I'm like, way to rat out the fucking saint there, bitch.
Okay, in the movie it was Ivan Reitman and Adam Ray. It was Frank Welker in the animated series. Okay. All right.
Wait, what the hell? Yeah.
What the hell?
What are we what the helling?
The gamer
A gamer
saint
saint.
guy? Oh, God.
What miracle did he perform?
I don't know. He cured somebody's leukemia, apparently.
What, by beating Pac-Man or something?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, there's this whole process that you need to go through to becoming a saint, and all I can feel is that they really, really let their standards slip. You know? So you used to need 3 miracles. They cut it down to 2. Because there just weren't enough miracles happening.
Well, 3's a lot to ask.
Yeah. Dude, if he had resurrected with the Konami code, I'll give it to him at that point. You know, be like, all right, you got it. But it's so weird because you're like, wait, what? This is our first millennial saint. Wait, none of the other generations had a saint. What are you talking about? What are you doing?
Well, his body apparently is... Oh, I've seen this. His body's incorrupted. But yeah, he died of leukemia.
Yeah. And they cured another kid's leukemia from beyond the grave. I don't know how they tied that to him. I think the kid prayed to him or something. I'm like, but I'm like, dude, you could have prayed to PewDiePie to cure your gonorrhea, you know? Like, what are we doing?
Mr. Beast, I have an inoperable brain tumor. Please help me.
Oh,
well, I bought you a Lamborghini. That doesn't really...
It's like,
that's fine.
Thanks, but not really what I was looking for.
Help me get the pink sheep in Minecraft. It's a miracle. I have a farm full of pink sheep.
Why? I can't find anything wrong with what Mr. Beast does, but every time I see his face, I want to put my fist through it, knowing nothing about the man. You know,
he's got
a very punchable face, and it's so weird going, well, how do you feel about Mr. Beast? And I'm like I want to punch him for no reason. It's like, well, what did he do? I don't know. I don't know who he is. It's just, all I know is every time I see one of those I would see one of those thumbnails with his face on it. I've been like, God damn it, I want to punch him so hard. No, Mr. Beast is not a saint.
Not a saint.
But it's even stupider. Just look up Gamer Saint. I would.
And on the third day,
it's so dumb that I can't even repeat it.
But I'm just going through this in my head, and I'm like, and on the third day, Zelda turned back time to save the ranch and the pretty girl that lived there.
Yeah. I'm not saying Mr. Beast did anything wrong. I'm just saying for some reason he
has a punchable face.
Yeah, my fist is magnetized to his face. And I don't know what to think of that.
He can help out tons of people.
And he should keep doing that. He should keep doing it.
Keep helping people.
He should keep helping it.
He should keep using his platform for good. But it doesn't change the fact that he looks like somebody that would have made fun of me in high school.
Yeah, which is odd because he's not exactly a normal looking guy either.
Yeah, I have pretty, I grew up in a notch in the Bible Belt, so.
Man.
I went through high school in Oklahoma.
Okay, so there was a streamer was this kid. And by kid, I mean, like, I think he was like 19 or something. And he dies of leukemia. But for some reason, like, and this is where it gets, like, really odd. They're like, oh, his body doesn't decay. And you're like, what, they have him stuffed? Like, what the hell are you talking about? But so they got him his body hermetically sealed in this, like, kind of latent state kind of thing in a church in, what, Paraguay or something?
Yeah.
You know? And apparently people have prayed to him and received miracles, too, as far as the Catholic Church is concerned, where he cured another kid's leukemia, to which I'm sort of like, why didn't he do that on himself? But then that's me. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's me asking these questions. And I forget what the other miracle was, but it was another, like, he walks again kind of thing.
But that's been a thing with the Catholic Church, is the uncorrupted bodies.
Yeah, that's like one of the boxes you have to check off.
But that's something that also bothers me about the Catholic faith that I've been brought into. There are religious icons and things so you can find in art museums or churches, depending on where you are, where it's like, we have the finger bone of Saint Peter. We have the skull of Mary Magdalene.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't have to be uncorrupt. There should be a decapitated head in that box, shouldn't there?
Mm-hmm. I know, right? Well, I mean, technically Mary Magdalene isn't a saint.
Technically they're not saints, but I'm sorry, if you're an apostle and you were rolling with Jesus, why the fuck am I seeing a finger bone? You think you would have been higher up on the fucking list, man.
Actually, Flashman, thank you for the donation, Flashman. But he also brings up a point I was going to bring up. What if it's just like Mountain Dew and Cheetos?
Fuck.
Like, and that's what preserves a body forever. Like, not healthy, just like bacteria is just like, yeah, no,
why?
we got,
I'm
we
always
got
gonna
no
look
shot.
like a ray of sunshine, baby.
Yeah.
God, what would I be the patron saint of? Cigarette smokers and single moms?
Patron saint, I'd be the patron saint of big titty appreciation and fuck you. You know.
Pray to Saint Jack, the saint of big titty goth girls.
Yeah. And fuck you. You know, like, you know, be on a candle like that. No, it would be like that because you got to do the Captain Spaulding. You know,
is it Monster or only your mortician will know for sure?
Only your Undertaker will know for sure. Love that Joker. Grandma, what was it like to be on the holiday side? Oh, I remember Sour Patch Kids.
I do. I have tried that, but I am a monster girl through and through.
Small
it's had a hold
big
on
ass,
me since I was 15.
Combo. Well, feel free. I mean, you know.
Gamer Saint
not my
baptizes
thing,
with Mountain Dew Code Red and uses flaming hot Cheetos as the Eucharist.
See, if you did that, I might come around on the issue because that's taking it all the way.
Sorry, we only had Takis today.
Yeah. Yeah, I bring you gifts of Monster and Mountain Dew, Code Red, and Takis. You know, as is written in the Great Scroll. You know, like, if they make his symbol like a fucking, like, you know, PlayStation controller, I'll have a little bit more respect. Like a monstrance that's like fucking shaped like a fucking PlayStation controller. He fragged for your sins.
He's the only saint that didn't camp.
Yes. Thou shalt not spawn a camp a spawn. Oh my God. It could be worse. You have Saint Bonaventure, the patron saint of bowel movements. Wow. I didn't know there was such a thing. I probably should have known that, but I didn't. We're laughing, but Scientology was a religion, was essentially created in real time. Well,
yeah,
you're not wrong. Like one of the other, like, Scientology is one of the few things I'm not going to forgive Aleister Crowley for.
I just looked up, and it's
on the third day he reached, but yes, exactly.
10 most bizarre patron saints in Catholicism. Saint Rita, patron saint of impossible feats. Okay.
Wait. What impossible feats? Because, I mean, like, isn't any miracle an impossible feat?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Rita's not a virgin, which is the most important prerequisite for being a nun. Despite this, the convent proposed a challenge after seeing how pious Rita was. If she was able to end a feud that caused the death of her family, she would be accepted into the convent, and was successful in doing this.
I'm just saying more. If more nuns look like Vanessa Redgrave, I'd probably.
I
it
mean,
would have been very different. Yeah.
There's Saint Louina, the ice skater. Okay, patron saint of ice skaters. Saint Denis for headaches.
Saint Denis. That's almost as good as the Demon Lord Leonard.
Okay, like,
real Demon Lord, by the way. He's in the Goetia. Leonard. The Demon Prince Leonard.
Jesus.
Yes, I did know that.
There's a patron saint of spies, apparently.
Oh. Yeah, Scientology was Hubbard, but get this. So, one of the people that Hubbard hung around was Jack Parsons, who was an acolyte of Crowley.
I'm sorry, I just found Saint Cyprian of Antioch, this patron saint of occultists. So, we got a saint.
We have a saint of occultists? I did not know that.
Go us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scientology was Hubbard, but there's a lot about L. Ron Hubbard that we don't talk about, like him stealing someone's wife and helping them.
That was Jack Parsons.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stole Jack Parsons' wife.
His boat.
Yeah. Yep.
And what did Jack Parsons end up doing?
Oh, he died in an explosion preparing explosives for a movie.
Yep.
But here's the other thing. He was also a rocket scientist and would have been one of the founding members of NASA.
Where were the aliens to protect him?
I don't know. Well, he was too busy trying to summon Babylon. You know. But I don't know. It's one of those weird things where I'm like, did he succeed? Did he not? I'm not sure. You know, that's a problem with occulty things. I mean, forget reproducible results. Like, identifiable results can be a problem sometimes.
It's like those people at NASA that were giving dolphins acid and trying to get them to speak English.
That wasn't NASA. That was not technically NASA. But Carl Sagan was involved.
He helped fund it. And they ended up getting a bunch of dolphins high and jerking them off in a pool.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite scientific things that have happened of all time.
Yeah. I actually really love the Bertrand Russell bit on that. It's like, doesn't that just goes to show you that if you try really hard and you believe in yourself, you can get a monkey descendant to help you come.
The drunk history where you don't take a man from Japan and throw him in a pool and give him acid and jerk him off and then expect him to speak English.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, mad science is. I think I love about that is I'm like, dude, mad science is alive and well, you know.
But even like, there's an SNL bit where it's like we were trying to teach dolphins sign language, and then we realized he was getting aroused, and then all of a sudden he started learning the sign for hand and job.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. No, apparently that one scientist was really good at dolphin hand jobs. You know, like
and then that dolphin committed suicide.
I know. It got separated from her and committed suicide. It had no other reason to live.
Hand jobs were good enough to make the dolphin go, I'm not getting high anymore and no one's jerking me off. Fuck this.
This is awful. You know, like like when you see the conditions that they put the poor dolphin in, you know, after this lab, like the lab was like palatial in fucking comparison.
In comparison to fucking marine land.
Yeah. You know, one of those like, wait, does SeaWorld just kill? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Shit just dies there. And not necessarily of old age. You know?
Yep. There is a patron saint of occultists, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
He was historically a magician with mastery over demons. And he's the go-to saint when dealing with spirits.
What's this? This is Saint what?
Cyprian?
Saint Cyprian of Antioch?
Yes. Patron saint of magicians, sorcerers, occultists, witches, conjurers, root doctors, demon mongers, necromancers, spiritualists, and all those who cast magic for their clients.
Sweet.
There. Oh, and if you want to honor his feast day, it's September 16th.
Ooh.
There's a saint for blackjack dealers, arm dealers, advertising, pig keepers, fireworks, skiers.
Huh.
Also,
holy shit. There is a patron saint of boobs.
A group calling itself Nerdonomery claims that there should be a Saint Columbo, patron saint of detectives. And I'm like, I fucking agree with this.
Yeah, the pleasant way, the Saint Agatha of Sicily. The polite way of saying it, oh, she's a patron saint of breast cancer, which sounds a little weird because I'm like, that sounds like you're blessing the cancer itself, you know. But it's not just breast cancer or breast cancer survivor. It's like all things involving titty.
Good for her.
She even has paintings of her with plates with titties on them. This can't be real. Is this real?
You'd be surprised. There's a patron saint for sex workers.
Huh. Oh, she was tortured and had her breasts cut off. All right. This is starting to come together. Ah. What? Yeah, it's kind of fucked. Yeah, so who is the patron saint of sex workers?
That is Saint Vitalis.
Saint Vitalis. Huh. Oh, hey, Diamanda.
Hello.
Is it? Huh. What? I didn't realize it went this deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brings it up. Is there a patron saint of testicles? A patron saint of D's nuts? You know, like I see now I'm like patron saint of testicles.
And Saint Nicholas is sailors, merchants, archers, repentant thieves, children, brewers, pawnbrokers, toy makers, unmarried people, and students.
Saint Artemios, the patron saint of testicles.
Wait, there's one for everybody.
There's a patron saint of D's nuts.
Apparently.
There is a patron saint of D's nuts. I can't. Wow. Saint Vitalis of Assisi.
Saint Guinevere was a dog who saved a baby that was killed by his owner because he thought he'd killed the baby. So the owner made a shrine and he became a saint. And the church eventually yelled at him, though.
God, Catholic Church couldn't do what Japan did, just roll with it.
Go for it. I want,
they made a dog like a local god, Hachimo. Because he's so, he faithfully waited for his master at a train stop after the guy died, So
oh, he really was that Futurama episode?
Yeah. That's actually based on a real thing.
That's a bummer. God damn.
Yeah. But I mean, in Japan, they made him a god, so he's like the god of, basically like the god of good boys,
Someone needs to become the patron saint of hentai? Not it.
I feel like that should, no, it wouldn't be going to Guy. Hold on.
Who was the woman that had the octopus in her pussy? Because I feel like that should be her.
Which one?
The fact that you have to say which one.
Which one? Yeah, you're gonna have to be a bit more fucking specific. Let's see. Yep, patron saint hentai should probably be Toshio Maeda, the guy who did the Overfiend.
Named official by the Vatican, her association whisking away mice.
I may know Zumi is the stripper goddess of the dawn. Oh, that's right. Huh. Yeah, the statue of Hachiko.
The patron saint of patron saints. God damn.
What?
It's in the chat.
There's a patron saint of patron saints.
Saint Geometry of Cinnabe. How many times can you tickle an octopus before you can get him to laugh? 10 tickles. Thank you, Johnny Too Dangerous. I had to say it out loud. Baron Cody, you get a saint.
And you get a saint. And get damn. Hold on. There's a saint.
It's a joke.
Sperm.
It's a joke. Okay.
Oh, it's a joke. Okay. Well, like, all right. In my defense,
been a patron saint for
it
literally
was getting
else.
that ridiculous.
We found the patron saint of spies. I mean,
I'm like, patron saint of dirty underwear. You know, like
David St. Hubbins. I mean, that's St. Hubbins is a real person. He's the saint of quality footwear.
There used to be this role-playing game called Inomine. And the whole idea is that you were either playing a angel or a demon. And if you were a demon, you could get a title. But, like, you had to be really careful because you could become, like, the demon of something really ignominious. Like the demon of premature ejaculation. But the more I'm looking at Catholic saints, I'm realizing they should have had the same thing for the angels as well. It's like, oh, now you're the patron saint of, like, enlarged prostates, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Isn't St. Hubbins the Spinal Tap character? It is, but there's a gag thing at the end of the movie where your name is very interesting. Yes, I'm actually named after St. Hubbins, the patron saint of quality footwear. Yeah. And they just, like, roll past, and it's just always been a fucking joke to me that, you know, we might as well have a St. Hubbins for quality footwear. I know, I have plenty of it.
So Diamond is talking about St. Jude, the patron saint of lost causes.
Yeah.
So part of being Catholic, in some forms of Catholic, is that you have to determine who the patron saint of the child is. Mine is St. Jude.
Aww.
And I'm like, oh, great. Great. Patron saint of, well, we tried, you know, like that's not a great feeling.
Well, my dad ended up getting St. Barnabas because he was born on St. Barnabas's feast day. And they were like, well, that's easy. And my dad was, like, a huge fan of Dark Shadows, so he was like, yes.
Ooh.
Because why not?
Oh my God.
Fuck you guys. My patron saint's a vampire. I'm not talking to any of you.
Oh, man. Patron saint of Beck? What? Patron saint of diabetes, Sir Wilford of Brimley. I can't believe it. I am older than Wilford Brimley was when he did Cocoon.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
I'm like, that can't be true. I'm like, how old was Wilford Brimley in Cocoon? 49.
My birthday is the day Edgar Allan Poe died.
He was 49. I am as old as Wilford Brimley was when he filmed Cocoon.
I share a birthday with Pete Townsend. I mean, we all have a birthday that we share with somebody, man. Even though my mother at some point decided that I was supposed to be born on her birthday. And she's like, no, you had to wait and be born on Pete Townsend's birthday. You held on for how many extra days just to have not only your own birthday, because you couldn't be birthday buddies with me. You had to share it with the guitar player for The Who. And I'm like, I guess, yeah. And I decided in utero that I really liked,
the
Pinball
coolest
Wizard.
person that I share a birthday with is probably Jimmy Page.
Nice.
Followed directly by J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, I've got Pete Townsend, Grace Jones. I mean, Ho Chi Minh was born on my birthday, but we don't count him.
I unfortunately also share one with Kate Middleton and Dave Matthews.
Oh, and Chewbacca the Wookiee, Peter Mayhew, May 19th. I did feel bad for my younger brother for a while because he shared a birthday with the guy that played Jacob in Twilight and Sarah Palin. And I was like, oof, that's rough. That's really rough.
Oh, man. You share a birthday with Putin. Oh, geez.
But then I have my son, and he shares a birthday with John F. Kennedy and Danny Elfman, and I'm like, that's on par. That's good.
Yeah, that's decent.
Good job, Tommy.
Well, this episode, Beck. That's it, just Beck.
The Foo Fighters.
Oh my God. All right. I think I need to end this. Like, it's been a fucking day. It's been a fucking day. It looked like everything was going to be cool, but then no. Fucking SCOTUS fucking had to kick me in the scrot. Like, they fucking just... Ugh.
You didn't want to get tapped in the nuts today? I'm sorry.
I hope that Clarence Thomas and Justice Alito, I hope that they have the worst farts in the world, but only they can't smell them. I hope that they fucking stub their toe on every 19th step. I hope
they have to step on an invisible Lego once a day.
Once a day, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hope you have only the spiciest of poop.
I hope that, like, whenever they bite into, like, eat some popcorn, they always get, like, that one unpopped one.
Hey, it may be a bad day, but you also learned there's a patron saint of D's nuts.
That's true. It wasn't, I'm not saying it was all bad. It wasn't all bad. But
it's rough.
It's rough. It's fucking rough. Like, I used to pride myself on being an American. And now we gotta be pulling this crap. Like, I'm sitting here going like, this is the kind of stuff we used to expect from countries that used to have communists in them. Like, this is some Serbian shit. You know, like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, yeah, president's, like, immune. What? Why? I understand what... Actually, no. No, I don't understand it. I don't appreciate it. I hope Mr. Rogers loved everyone in all of creation except for those guys.
It's not turning out good in any way, shape, or form, and the country keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. I hope... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hope all the shoes don't fit. I hope that whenever they wear sandals, it always digs into that one part of the back of the heel. It really hurts. I hope that they always get a sun blister right on their nose.
At least we get vaccines soon. That's positive.
That's true. That's true. Well. Listen, boys and girls, this is why it's very important to pray to Satan. Because Satan, he's not here to hurt us. Satan's our friend. He's that little thing deep inside of you that tells you to say fuck you to the people you hate. And isn't that the greatest gift of all?
We all need that little voice.
All right, so until next time, everybody, Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno. I should see you if you're going to catch me on Twitch tomorrow night. And I will see you then. I'm going to fucking... I hope it's... I hope there's a patron saint of fucking scrotal fungus. And
light a candle for the saint of these nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to light a candle to the saint of these nuts and hope that they get fucking crotch fungus. You know, good night. Am I a tongue-in-cheek Satanist or a literal Satanist? The answer is yes. So I'll take... I mean, I haven't killed an animal, though, if that's what you're worried about. Nor would I ever. Well, maybe if it was trying to eat my face, but, like, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Night, everybody. Amen.